That was me in the crowd, guys. I'm not a Pusha T fan. I don't care for him. That was me throwing out that beer. I did it. It's for all the niggas that like rap. How many times you done jumped in somebody's car and say, man, put the goddamn Pusha T on? How many times somebody jumped in your car and said, man, I want to hear the new Pusha T? You ever walked in somebody's house party and say, man, you need to put that Pusha T on, man. That shit set this motherfucker off. You ever been in the club say, it's time to drop that goddamn Pusha T. I ain't never seen a woman shake her head to no goddamn Pusha T. Not a day in my life. I've never been in a shake joint and heard Pusha T come on. Man, that's that Pusha T, man. These hoes shaking their ass like crazy. I'm not riding around in my car depressed. I'm not riding around in my car fantasizing about pushing cocaine. I'm not listening to that shit.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and because I cover hip hop, I felt the incessant need to address this country nigga. Now, I follow him on Instagram. That's I think his name is pronounced Memphisissippi, some shit like that, right? It's Memphis and Mississippi. I mean, let me not misspell this, speak this shit. But yeah, he puts out videos. I fucks with it. It's Memphisissippi, Memphisissippi Overlord _Overlord, Memphisissippi Overlord. So I'll probably put it in my description. I fucks with him, especially when he talks about hood niggas, street shit, being a certain age, moving away from the streets. I fucks with him heavy. On this one, you wrong, my nigga. And I'm gonna try to be as respectful as I can, because I'm non-biased. This has nothing to do with North or South. But I am going to make mention of you being a country nigga. And country niggas, I find, are like this. They're polarizing when it comes to East Coast music. I remember working with a dude, and he was like, man, y'all up north niggas didn't da-da-da-da-da and thought country niggas couldn't rap. And look, first of all, if you got a bone to pick that shit with the record labels. We wasn't picking the artists. A lot of dudes in the early, mid, or even the early 2000s was not the A&Rs. It was the white guys, and Jewish to be exact. And they were the ones signing people, right? I listen to rappers. I always hear shits like Todd Moskowitz or Sylvia this or Julie Greenwald. And these are Jewish names, bro. None of these names ring a bell as being black. So it wasn't black people hating on your shit, and it wasn't niggas in New York talking about niggas in the South couldn't rap. Now, of course, were there niggas in up north that didn't like South music? They probably did, but for the most part, because there wasn't a market, we didn't give a fuck and didn't hear about the shit. I say we because I lived in Ohio, right? And I did my research on hip hop. The South didn't have a market in hip hop as it pertains to distributing music in the early mid 90s and early 2000s, right? They didn't get a market till T.I. and trap music popularized Southern music. I know a lot of people like to think Outkast, but I was on the West Coast, and I had a homeboy from Chicago that actually put me on the Outkast. But realistically, I was all over the West Coast. Even got family in California. They wasn't listening to that shit. It's not because it was bad music. People that signed hip hop acts didn't think that Southern rappers had a market. Once again, these are white people, and even some uptight niggas like Andre Harrell or Kevin Lyles or Steve Stout. They probably thought that shit too, right? Up north niggas that didn't think that it was a market because they was still listening to bass, house, and shake a booty music down here. So that's them. The audience was always there because after T.I. came out and Outkast blew up and Dungeon Family and the list keeps going on and on. I know a lot of niggas from up north that bump down south music. Like niggas, I know niggas from New York that love Jeezy, that love T.I., that love Gucci Mane, that love OJ the Juice Man. I can keep going. Yeah, it had nothing to do with the people. It was just the record labels, right? But you have these niggas, and I'm not gonna say they bad people. A lot of niggas don't read, they illiterate, or they just don't fucking know, so they're naive and ignorant to the fact. They think that it was a personal grievance, when in actuality it was a bunch of stuffy ass white men that was doing that shit. So your beef wasn't with us, it's with the white men. But you know, niggas don't like to analyze shit, assess, you know, what's really going down. They just like to place blame. And I'm not like totally oblivious to this, but like, let's put this shit in perspective, bro. Like, niggas was not, niggas wasn't giving a fuck either way or the other, right? Since we didn't have the power to do it, like, we kind of didn't, that wasn't a grievance we had. We weren't gonna be like, yo, why y'all don't play sign a Southern artists? Like, we didn't have the power, so, you know what I'm saying? What's the saying? Well, what's known don't need to be explained. Yeah, like, we weren't, like, maybe we could have spoke out. Maybe North rappers could have spoke out, but at the end of the day, it was a Northern nigga that opened the door for a lot of more Southern rappers to come through the game. So, and niggas shit on him nowadays, right? They don't give Jay-Z the respect, but while Jay-Z didn't put Southern rappers on, he put them in position. He gave Lil Wayne features here or there, right? Right, Juvenile did features with the Rough Riders. Jay-Z did do songs with UGK, and several other Southern rappers, right? At the present time, escapes me. Did a song with Jeezy. Yeah, like, he was putting them on the game. Like niggas in the South had this notion that it was up north niggas or non-Southern niggas that was doing it. Like, it never was hate on our part. It's always been record executives in control of the music, and like I said, they're in charge of the music, the distribution, the signing of the acts, and for whatever reason they thought you niggas wasn't marketable. That wasn't us. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a movie that comes to mind. It's one of the Carlito Way movies, right? I think where Carlito says, you got a grievance, but it ain't me. In any event, if y'all like this episode, you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe, and it is out.
No.